I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose.
What's up, y'all? First I want to say I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you all stay prayed up. I hope that, not push a religion on nobody. If you're not religious, that's fine. But I just say for myself and my channel, I hope everybody stay prayed up and everybody is safe and doing well wherever you are, whether it's day, night, evening. I hope everybody is doing okay. So, you all, today I just wanted to talk to you all about some things that was on my mind, and it's some things that I'm kind of going through as well. And I know that some people, especially like people my age, young people, young adults, I know that you all are kind of going through in the society that we live in, because I will say this, the world that we live in today, our parents and our grandparents and our aunties and our uncles, they didn't have all this crazy stuff that we have today in society. Now, everybody had bad stuff growing up. It was around bad stuff. But this world that we live in today is crazy. And it's just, you have to really, really know yourself. And you have to be very, very independent and know your self-worth to deal with the stuff that is out here. That's family, friends, relationships. You just have to know your self-worth, because it's crazy people out here, okay? And people don't understand what you're coming from. They have different mindsets than you. They grew up differently than you than you did. And it's just wacko out here, and it really sometimes drives me crazy. And I talk to my sis about it all the time. We always have talks about it, and especially about the dating pool, because I'm a young adult. I'm in my late 20s, so it's like mid 20s. And it's just kind of very hard, and all around, not even just in my age era, it's very hard for men and women to date, because people is crazy out here. It's like, and you could be so kind and so sweet and so loving and so, dedicated to, wanting to help people and wanting to care for people and wanting to be there for people, understand people, their life stories and their backgrounds, but it's still always a problem. And so when you bump into stuff like that, don't never try to go for the jugular. Don't never try to keep reaching and reaching and reaching. That just means it's the person. It's not you. And half of the time, y'all, half of them people that be having problems, they already had issues before they started talking to you. They already had problems. They already had issues before they started talking to you. That can go for family issues. A lot of people have mental issues, and it's nothing wrong with that. I hope that when people have mental issues, I know nothing to offend anybody, I want people to get help that have mental issues. But sometimes when you go out your way to help so much and try to understand people's stories and try to help them, you lose yourself in the process. And then sometimes you can become like that, and you're not even like that for real. Your character not like that. Your character is humble, loving, kind, and you sitting here trying to help somebody who is broken, and they have so many issues before you even came around. It's beyond your thinking. It's beyond it. And we try to sit here and we try to help, and then it's like, it's sad because nice people that try to come into these people's lives that are corrupt and that need help, it's like we get the bad end of the stick. And it's like, why you dumping all this on me? What I do to you? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm just trying to love you and care for you and help you, and you're trying to fight with me. You're trying to argue all the time, and you're always trying to pick a fight with me because they have problems that are beyond your expense. And sometimes some of them, they don't mean to. When I'm talking about family, friends, relationships, they don't mean to come at you. But sometimes when you're the person that's the closest nearby, you're gonna get it. That's just what it is. So I'm not here to talk about just family, friends. I'm here to talk about relationships, because I seen something on my Instagram story. This was like, I think 2 days ago. And I saved it to my phone and I took a picture with it on my tablet. And I wanted to just share with it because I feel like relationship wise and just like dealing with a lot of men and stuff, I have a lot to say. And I want to help, you know, young women out there, just women period, and even men. Just because I'm talking about men don't mean that men can't take away from it with women, because some women out here is crazy too. It's, you know, we're not being biased on this channel. You know, women are crazy too, best believe they are. And so it's just, I just want to share my experiences. I want to share my thoughts with you all because I could be helping somebody else, and I'm here to give my thoughts at as well about, you know, the post that I seen. It was a reel with I think it was Kodak Black. I seen it. He said something about, like, you know, how it's not all about your looks. And that's what people think. You know, people think because you look a certain way, oh, you should have a man, or you should have a woman, you should be married, or, you know, where your husband at, where your boyfriend at, where your girl, they be like, where your wife at? And it's like, you know, today's society, you really, really have to stay to yourself. And you just gotta wait your turn. So before I sit and talk about all of this in depth, I have my, as y'all can see, my little, it's a computer, but it turned into a tablet as well. I'm just going to read what I seen on my Instagram because I thought it was very interesting, and I had actually made a comment on it on my story, and I just thought it was interesting. So this is what it looks like. I don't want to show y'all everything. This is what it looks like. And so what the post said is, you mad pretty, why you single? And Kodak Black gave his honest opinion. So when I seen the video, oh Lord, excuse me, I almost fell, y'all. When I seen the video, he was giving some valid points. But, you know, I just wrote, like, you know, when you post a story and then you just put, like, you know, in the black, you know, outline and say what you say and repost it. So what I said was, what people don't understand and realize is it has nothing to do with looks. We live in a society today that you just gotta pick your poison or do you and wait till your time. It's sad, but that's what it is. Don't matter how nice, sweet, or loving you are, you can't change people and make them see what you want them to see. It's their loss, your gain. Look at it like that. This goes from men and women. So, I reposted that because, you know, people, they're so biased out here. You know, it's not always the men. Women, they do things as well. And, you know, the world that we live in, it's so hard to just go out and enjoy somebody and enjoy their company. And, you know, it's just, you know, you both understand each other and it's no problems. And if it is problems, you know, hey, you work it out. This world today has very bad and poor communication skills, and it drives me crazy because, you know, like I said, you cannot make, like I said in my post, you cannot make somebody do something they don't want to do, think the way you want them to think. That's just how they are. And how they are goes beyond what you know and what you see of, because they already had those problems. The last woman or the last guy and the last guy that had them, they probably had issues too. But you know, when you start dating new people, they always say, oh, well, they did this and they did that. Of course they're going to say that. They're not going to say what they did. They're going to put it all on the person. Well, they had this problem and they didn't have good communication skills, or they didn't, or they didn't do this right, or they didn't listen, or they always argued with me. And it's like, but what did you do? They're never going to tell you what they did. They're just going to sit here and say what the other person did. But that's normal. I mean, I understand. People do that. But the problem is, as well, is that it's the communication out here. The communication in this generation sucks. And me being an open person and I have a lot of feelings that I share, it's like I cannot deal with somebody who does not communicate well. And you know, people say all day, every day when you meet somebody, oh yeah, I have good communication skills. I do this, I do that. And then when you get with the person, it's the complete opposite. You know? And it's like, huh? You know, so I just say that to say, you all, it does not have anything to do with how you look. Just because you look a certain way does not mean that you're gonna have a husband like that and somebody to understand you. And these people are crazy out here. And it's like, I just feel like sometimes, seriously, men and women, I feel like people just was in the same facility and they just broke out and just y'all running crazy without medication. Like, I don't know what be the problem, but sometimes you just gotta study yourself out here. And hopefully it gets better for the next generation to come, and a couple of years down the line to come, because it's a lot of nice people out here who get the short end of the stick, because it's like all you try to do is just help the person and be kind and be nice and be sweet. And nobody is perfect. You might have things you need to work on as well. It's not just the man or the woman. It's you sometimes too. Sometimes you need to get yourself together. Like I would say, you might not have caused the bigger picture, but it's things that you contributed in the relationship or in the situationship that you could have walked away from, but you stayed. You see what I'm saying? You could have walked away from it. Or you didn't have to argue. You didn't have to say that. And I have a problem with that as well. It's like, I'm a Cancer. And I know y'all gonna be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a Cancer. In July. So I'm very emotional. And I have a lot to say, y'all. Like, I'm just like that. And I think women in general, it's just, we have a lot to say. And some men, they have a lot to say too. Shoot, it's men out there that they're very, sympathetic and they have a lot to say. So, excuse me, it just all depends on who you're dealing with. But I just will say, like I said in my post, I'm going back to my post here. Yes, it's just sad, and you can't change nobody. And it's a society you live in. And so that's why sometimes, just like I said, it's better to study yourself. Work on yourself. It's very hard because we as human beings, we want compatibility. We want somebody to hold. We want somebody to talk to. We want somebody to have fun with, go out with. We want a wife. We want a husband. We want a girlfriend. We want a boyfriend. We want this. We want these nice things. But if you just talk to anybody, you're going to be messed up. And then when you entertain everything that is not for you, like what it look like, and I'm not trying to talk about nobody, but what does it look like, someone who talks to someone who has such a dark soul, and you're so demonic and you're so dark and you're always talking negative to a person who likes rainbows and sunshine, and they go to school and they want to be a doctor and they want to have fun, go shopping, and you all want to sit in the house. Oh, you always just, you don't want me to go out, but I like going out. And it's like, when you start being around people like that, it's like you become like that. And so that's why it's always good to have a type, y'all. It's always good to have a certain type. And sometimes we as human beings and Americans, we just be like, oh, they're cute. Okay. It's not all about being cute. Them is the most actually dangerous people, if you want to be real. Them the most dangerous people to deal with. The ones that look really, really good. I always stay away from those. I'll be like, leave you alone. Something wrong with you. I'm gonna leave you alone. And sometimes that's not always the case. That it could be a really nice guy or a really nice woman. But I'm just here to tell you all, just please be patient. Don't entertain everything you see. Don't talk to everything you see. If you know what you want and you know what type of person you want, men, if you know what type of woman you want, what type of wife you want, stick to the plan. Don't go and maneuver out from the plan that you got because you're lonely or you want a hangout buddy. Now, if you want to hang out, fine. But when you hang out with people, right, you can't mix the two. If you're going to be friends with somebody, be their friend. You know? And I just think that it goes to say as well, we don't know as a society know how to be friends no more. Used to. But it just seems like it's not like that anymore. Like, people don't know how to be friends no more. It's like, you know, it's like you want to get with me, you know, and it's like, I thought we was cool. You my bro, you my sis. What's going on? Like, you know, so it's just the whole deck society is just messed up. And that's why it's just good to study yourself and worry about and think about men and women what you want. Write down in a journal what type of man or woman you want, what you want them to look like, what you want them to have in life. You want them to have a doctorate degree. You want them to be a lawyer, or you want them to be a teacher, or, you know, you want them to be an actor or anything, librarian, anything, whatever you want. Truck driver. You know, figure out what you want. Or I want them to be tall, short. I want them to have this certain type of, you know, skin tone, or, you know, I like all skin tones. I don't, you know, I'm not biased, but, you know, some people, they just like what they like. But I'm just saying, like, just put down your person to the T and summarize them to the T. And when you do that, it's better in your head as you date, because you like, okay, I know what I want. You know, and sometimes people do fall short. You know, we're humans. You know, sometimes we fall short and we're like, man, okay, let me go out with this person. Let me see what they're talking about. But you know that's not your ideal person, but you just want to have fun. But if you know your feelings going to get involved in it, leave it alone. Right? So, I know I kind of went all over the place, y'all, but I'm just here to say that sometimes it's good to stay to yourself. Just because you look good does not mean anything. That don't mean nothing. Beyonce done got cheated on. Rihanna done got cheated on. All these people. That don't mean because you look good. That don't mean nothing. It don't. Even men done got cheated on. It doesn't matter how you look. So, it's about what type of person you are. And sometimes, I wouldn't even say the type of person you are. Sometimes it don't even matter what type of person you are. Excuse me. I'm wrong. Sometimes it don't even matter what type of person you are. It's like, don't stop being yourself. Like, I'm a kind sweetheart. I got things I need to work on. Everybody, you know, it's that's just all I have to say, y'all. It's just, you know, it's even men that get cheated on, right? And so, you know, it's not about the looks. It's not even about the type of person you are. You could be such a sweetheart. Do everything right the person wants you to do, or that you want to do for the person. Please the person. Do this, do that. And they still run your toes over with a railroad track or with a garbage can. They'll still run your toes over. So it's sad, and I'm not saying there's not good people out here, but it's very, very rare in the society that we live in. And, you know, looks has nothing to do with it. It doesn't. Now, you can say because you look good, yeah, you can get plenty of dates, of course. But who wants to do it? It depends. I don't know what age group I'm talking to, but see, I'm in my mid-20s. So, for my age, I'm not saying I don't want to date around, but I'm old school. That's what type of, you know, parents that I had. You know, my father, he used to see my mother, you know, of course she's still living. But the type of parents that I had, they were old school. So I seen that old school loving. You know, I want something like that. I don't mind dating, but it's just, I don't really like to talk to different people at the same time. I like to have my person that I like, stick to them, and I just want to enjoy. But you can't do that nowadays because there's so much foolery out here. So that's why it's just good for you to just worry about yourself. Do you finish your schoolwork? Make your money at your job. Do the career that you want to do. Invest in that. Invest in a business that you want to do. Wait your turn. Pray to God. Pray to God. And tell him what you want and believe in it. Because all this pretty and all of this, I look good and I'm fine and I got this Gucci bag and I got this clothes and these Gucci heels or slides or whatever y'all say, that don't mean nothing. What that mean? That don't mean nothing. It's what's inside. And it's your mind. You have to be able to say, I know what type of man or woman that I want. So I'm going to work on that no matter what it takes. I don't care if I go through 50 men, 50 women. I know what I want. And I'm going to work towards that. I'm not going to entertain everything that comes my way. Kings and queens, do not entertain everything that comes your way. Ain't nothing but the devil. So that's what I have to say, and that's what was on my mind, and what I wanted to share with you all, and what I seen on Instagram. Because I think I seen Kodak Black saying that, and he was just like, he wasn't speaking bad about it, but I was just saying, like, to add on to what he said, do not think just because you look good that it's easy, because it's not. Anything that makes it harder, And it's like me, when I go out, I go to the mall, or even if I'm in school. Sometimes when I do music work, go to a studio or something, people say, and a lot of older people ask me too, like older ladies, and I'm respectful, but they just be like, oh, you such a pretty girl. You ain't got no man? Where your man at? And I'll be like, oh. And it's like when you worry about yourself, it's like it bothers me to hear that, because it's like, oh my God. Because deep down, we all want somebody. But if people don't know how to act right and they're not to your standards and your likings, don't force it just because you want somebody. Wait your turn. And sometimes it's a challenge to do that, because we're not made and designed to be alone forever. So it's very hard, and it's very, complicated sometimes to, stick to yourself, And some people, not saying everybody, but some people, when they do just stick to themselves and they don't have a mate for like years and years. If you're young, older, I don't know. And I'm not saying it doesn't matter with older people, because older people need love too. But most of the time when you see a lot of young people who are like that, something's going on. Because, why would you not want somebody to enjoy your time with? So, what's going on? That's just how I think. You can say what you think in the comments about it, but that's just how I think. It's something going on, there's something wrong, that you don't want a woman or a man to, you don't want compatibility, you just want to do everything, it's okay to wait for as long as it takes and do your own thing, but eventually you're going to want somebody, But like I said, it's a very messed up society that we live in, a generation. And it's sad that people are like that, but don't make other people's problems yours. And it's so easily to do that, because you be around people, for a certain amount of time, and you consume their energy. Don't do it. Especially if you're not like that. Everybody has different personalities. Don't entertain something that's not for you. So, I know it's hard and it's difficult at times, but it's good to just stay to yourself nowadays. We all want to date. We're not designed to be alone. We're not designed for that. We're designed to have, be compatible with somebody and enjoy. But sometimes that's not always the case nowadays. So me personally, I'd rather be to myself and worry about myself. And pray to God. And like I said, y'all, write down. I want y'all to try this exercise. And my sis, my sister, she told me to do this a while back, and she said, write down a list of what type of man you want to the T. Write down what you want the man to look like, what you want him to sound like, what you want him to have, what you want him to be majored in, if he going to school, maybe doctor, lawyer, you know, dentist, teacher. I was gonna say, men do the same thing. Write down what type of woman you want. You want her to be a teacher. You want her to be an actor. You want her to be a librarian. You want her to be an office worker downtown. Figure out what you want for your ideal person and pray to God. And like I said, if you're not religious, I'm not trying to offend, but I'm just saying what I would do. Pray to God about what you want. And in the meantime, when you do date around and you do see what you want, always keep that list in mind. Sometimes women keep it in their bag or in their pocket. It sounds corny, but it's gonna help you. And then you're gonna be like, oh, you're not for me. I don't even, and it's not to be disrespectful to the person, but it's like, you're not what I'm looking for. Pass, men and women, pass. You're not the woman I'm looking for. You're not the man I'm looking for. Pass. I don't even need to entertain you. You're a nice person. I wish you well, but you're not for me. I know what I want. Pass. And I promise y'all, it's gonna be a lot of bad ones, because you gotta get through the bad to get to the good. But it's gonna be okay. But I just wanted to share that with y'all because I seen Kodak said that, and I just wanted to piggyback off of it. That looks don't mean anything. It's about what's inside, and it's about what you entertain. And like I said, half of these people, they already had problems before they met you. Like I said, y'all, just worry about yourself. It's like kindness, being sweet and kind, it doesn't even mean anything nowadays. People look right over that, right over it, and still run over your toes with a railroad track. And it's not you. So don't blame yourself. These people had problems before they even started talking to you. So that's all I want y'all to know. And I love y'all. Like I said, follow my social media down below. Click them links in the description box and click my music to watch all my music and to listen. And I love y'all, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.